guys, good morning. It's December 10th, 2025. I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and today is going to be awesome. We have 2 new releases from Holt. We have 1 new seed release. We have a ton of progress. I have stitched so much stuff, so I'm going to be ending the year really nicely with a lot done and a lot prepped for the year ahead, which always feels great to start off the year a little bit ahead. We have Stitchy progress from our staffers. So we have Denise, Chelle, Cheryl, and then we have a new person that's going to show something super cute named Alicia. And then we're going to have an ornament parade of all the ornaments that I've made from Stitching with the Housewives over the years. And then we are going to show what's new. So I might have done that out of order, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. So the very first item that we're going to show, we've teased it, but now this is officially released. This is the Quilted Farm Girl by Holt. So the pattern has now released as either paper or PDF, and I just kind of want to tease and show you. The stitches are in color, or the paper is in color, and there's 4 large pages. So basically, this is how the pattern is divided. This was stitched with Farmhouse 25 count even weave by Cheryl. She stitched it using the Classic Colorworks floss. Now, if you don't want to use Classic Colorworks, on the back we do list the DMC colors, so that's totally optional. And I'm going to be stitching mine with the lamb's wool 14 count Ada. So mine's going to be a little bit smaller because Farmhouse 25 is bigger than lamb's wool 14 count. So mine will just be a little bit smaller. And I'm going to probably use these floss drops. So I wanted to talk about, in February, we're going to start a stitch along. And we're going to stitch at our own speed, and it's just for the entire year. Basically, we just want you to stitch throughout the year. I feel like when I did Quilted Snowman, it took me a solid 6 months with a lot of stitching. So we're going to stretch this one out a little bit more. What I'm going to be doing is, well, this is what I plan to do. I'm going to kind of go in columns. So I was going to kind of do this and then go down, go down. You know, just kind of like go vertically, and we'll see how that goes. Now, you can see the thread variegation in the face really well, and you can see the thread variegation in the stars and like in the boots. Cheryl stitched this where you keep the strands together and you get the variegation. If you want, she can talk about that more when she comes up, so she can kind of talk about the way she stitches. I just put the threads in a loop because I don't care about the variegation. So that's something that Cheryl could talk about if y'all are interested. But it's super cute. This one is Lori's to keep, so it does not have glass on it. Lori does not prefer glass on her pieces. I will make this, and I will definitely put glass on there. So definitely let me know who's going to be stitching along with us. And if you're going to be stitching, it'd be really cool to know, are you going to try the Classic Colorworks? This is her second pattern release with Classic Colorworks. And, or are you going to stick with DMC? I think it would look great in either. So I would even be open to stitching with DMC. So I'll just be interested to see. And I'm really excited because I really think that this lamb's wool is really close. You know, sometimes when we pick a different fabric, it's not as close as you want it to be. So, and then when Cheryl comes, she's going to show you, she's going to have a thread and show you loop method versus keeping 2 together with the Classic Colorworks. So we'll pull one of these threads out so she can show you. Is that good, Cheryl? Yeah. Okay, good. Because they're already saying yes. And I feel like she can explain it a little bit better than me. So this released, in summary, Holt's Quilted Farm Girl. You can get the pattern as a paper or a PDF. We have thread packs of Classic Colorworks, but we also list DMC. I'm going to be stitching on 14 count lamb's wool, and Cheryl stitched this model on farmhouse 25 count. I'm going to actually start in January, and this one's just going to be a little bit different because we're going to make you stitch at your own pace, just because I felt like with Quilted Snowman, it was just too much to do in the time. So there you go. So this is the first new release, the Quilted Farm Girl. The second release by Lori Holt is Farmyard Friends. Both of these were custom framed in Austin at a store. This sew along starts in April 2026 and is going to end in March 2027. So we're also, because there's two really long ones, we're spacing them out a little bit more than we normally would. So here's the pattern. You can purchase it as a paper or a PDF. Now, I'm turning it just so the waviness goes away. So this one also has the classic Colorworks thread pack. And of course you can stitch in DMC if you're interested. This model was stitched by Cheryl on Pebble 25 count even weave, which is this. And 25 count is where you stitch over 2 squares. I'm going to stitch mine using Venetian stone 14 count Ada. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put this because I don't know. I don't have any kind of farm anywhere, so I'm thinking maybe I put it in the kitchen at work. And then I'm going to floss my colors in her fresh egg floss drops. Now, I do have an exciting announcement. She has something new coming that you guys are going to love. It's not on the coming soon page. It is going to be some floss drops that are really cool and different, and I think everyone's going to love them. Now, both of these are going to have blog posts on them with all the details, but it'll be in 2026. We just released these patterns on Monday, so I'm showing you this pretty early. And then this one, I can say this one does look a little bit different than this. So you can see the Venetian stone has, I don't know if it's more of a gray or a brown, but I think in the end it's going to be fine. So let me know what you think. This one for the sew along, the breakout of this one is, oh, right here, Jordan has it. So this is how we're going to divide it up, and I'll probably follow that. We'll see. We'll see. I might not. I might follow it. We always like to give you something to kind of go by, because then I feel like more people participate. The stitch count on the Farmyard Friends is 120 by 180. So they're pretty big. Thank you for the super sticker, Valeria Bauer. I think she watches every time. We should meet her one day. So these are both really, really big. Okay, good. They said the colors look pretty close, so that makes me feel better. Okay, so those are brand new by Lori. Very excited. We've been, well, she and us, we've been working on this forever and ever and ever. And so it's really nice to release something after so many months and months of work have been put into it. The next item is the 10th in a series of 12. This is our seed packet, Linums. No, what is it?
Linums?
Linums. I don't know. Okay, so this sample was stitched on Natural Rustico 14 count Ada. And here is the pattern. You can get this as a paper or a PDF. And then these are the finishing kits that were put together by Lady Dot Creates. And that is the fabric for right here. And the rickrack for right here. And Denise did a finishing video called Seed Packet Finishing that you can find on this YouTube channel. So this super cute. I think that it's going to be really cute if somebody puts all of these all together into one big piece. So, and then this one was stitched by Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Her fans are going to come off one day, I think. Okay, now I'm going to show you my progress. So I am very proud of myself because the monthly mini village by Country Cottage Needleworks, I kept up with it all year, and there have been so many times that Country Cottage Needleworks has had series and I just fall behind. This one was just super, I don't know, it was just really easy, and I kind of felt like it's kind of like a mirror image. So I felt like once you stitched here, you knew exactly how much time it was going to be. So then, and then kind of here, you kind of had already done it, so it was really easy. This is available as a full set of patterns. We'll, if it's not, we will make it. I think it is. I think it's available as a full set or individually. These are paper only because they are by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one, Denise finished for me on a Paisleys and Polka Dots piece. This is called Rooftop Rose Cross Stitch Display, and it's sold on their website. We don't sell it. And I use Called For Classic Colorworks and then Beautiful Beige 14 count Ada. The one thing I wanted to show you was, and I think you can see it, these are the eyes and the, I don't know. Those are my eyes and my mouth. I don't know. They look fine. I really struggled with, I think the eyes look great. The mouth kind of looks funny, but I kind of think when you have these little small people with small faces, it is, I don't know, it's just kind of hard to get that detail. And so this one is the one we actually followed. This is the idea of Paisleys and Polka Dots, the sample that she did. And then these have the magnets. And so, and we did do a finishing tutorial on this also, I think. So you can also find that on this channel.
A set is available for the pattern.
Yeah, so this one, there's a set of 12, so you can buy all 12 at once, or you can buy them individually. Are the flower seed packets going to be sold together as a bundle? Yes, at the very end of the year. They definitely will, Bill. And someone said, what are linums? They must be a flower. I'm not great at flowers. I'm not great at animals, so I'm sure maybe Cheryl can handle that when she comes over here. She's great at all of the things. Okay, so I got that finished, and I will say the house to me looks kind of funny. This kind of looks like it has chicken pox, but I don't know. I asked Cheryl and Denise, and they said I should just leave it, so I did. Linums are flax. Why not just call it flax? I don't know. That's just not our design choice. So this one, I'm not sure if I started showing you this. Did I show this last time? I think I showed.
Kitted. Like you had a kitted
okay.
stitch.
So this one is brand new by Priscilla and Chelsea. It's part of their Kitchen Chalk series. You can get it as paper or PDF. I stitched mine on chalkboard black 14 count. The sample they stitched on is the DMC Monaco in black. I added blue to all of the eyes, and then there were back stitches, kind of like, I don't know if these were like ornaments or what those are supposed to be, the lines, but I left those off. And I did stitch this one pretty fast. This one I feel like, and I told Priscilla this and she thought I was crazy, I feel like this one took so much longer than the Dear Santa. I have no idea why I feel like that, but I think maybe I just started and stopped so many times. So that's the only change that I made. I did see online someone had stitched it with the snowflakes right here all in blue. So that's an option. I do think one thing that I did that was funny was, you know, I stitch and then I forget what I'm doing because I switch between projects a lot. So I tend to forget where I'm at or what I'm doing. And I did this and I thought, oh, I'm done with this. So I started stitching down here. And then I noticed I hadn't finished this part. So luckily I caught that. And then, yeah, the only thing I added was the blue eyes. And the mini village, I stitched that on Beautiful Beige 14 count. And I'm not sure what the model called for. I know they didn't stitch it.
32 count linen.
they stitched on 32 count linen in beautiful beige. Okay, so this one, we measured it. It's a little bit bigger than 8 by 10 because I was thinking, you know, could I just put this in an 8 by 10 frame? It might fit in an 11 by 12, but I think we're probably going to finish it like Priscilla. But I was just kind of looking at it to see, but it definitely won't fit. Okay, and then this one, look, this is how I think I can tell the level of my anxiety. It's very calm. I'm going to show you one in a minute that is not so calm. Okay, this is the Good Old Days, January. We don't have it yet. I got an advance copy from my friends Priscilla and Chelsea, and I stitched these this weekend. So I'm ahead. Now, there's only 2 left after this. There's February and March after this. So I stitched these on chalkboard black again, called for Classic Colorworks, and I did on this one put blue eyes in, and it looked horrible. And I sent it to Priscilla, and I said, should I take the blue eyes out? And she was like, yes, please. So I took them out. But I'm going to show you the level of anxiety when I did these. See the difference? I was like just traveling everywhere with my thread. I think maybe I was calm here and here, and then I was like, oh, forget it. I'm just going to go everywhere with my thread. So these, we did a live stream where we were doing all of these as finishings. So that's super cute. We will get that. We'll get these done soon. Which direction did I stitch the Santa's hat? Up and down or side to side? When I do checkerboards, the back seems thick. Oh, I see what you're asking. Okay. So here is the question from Tina. I don't know, have any idea what I did. Okay, I did the white last because I can see the white. Okay, so let me think. Okay, I did all the pink first. Then I did the red, and then I did the white. And the direction, I think that looks horizontal, but you know, to be honest, it's probably part horizontal, part vertical. I just kind of go where the needle goes. I don't think I went exactly as that. Someone asked, is there going to be a floss pack for Good Old Days? Again, I'll write that down and look it up. We are short on some fabrics, but on some threads, but I will look when I get to my desk. So I think I did pink first, red, then white, but I think I did it all like, I know what I did. I outlined it, and then I started going diagonally. So I think that's kind of a mix, which I'm not sure if that's helpful. But I'm very excited. And I brought some stuff that goes with this, so I'm excited to show you. And then, okay, this is the Quilted Snowman. So this was the one I was talking about before, where we had this as a sew-along, and it was like a month, and that was just way too fast. So it took me 6 months to stitch. This is the Quilted Snowman pattern by Lori Holt. Here's my pattern after, I've used it. I used the DMC thread pack, and I had everything on the Cozy Mitten drops. And I had enough thread to make the whole thing. I do feel like, if you zoom out a little bit, Jordan, it looks like I really stretched my fabric. So see how it's got the dip and the dip? Kind of like, you can tell that I pulled a lot, because this is not straight and this is not straight. Now these are straight somehow. So I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but when we frame it, it needs to be re-stretched a little bit. And I think that Cheryl said you do this, right?
That or it's the two opposing.
Or yeah, I think you do this, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so anyway, I do know that it's a little bit wonky. Someone said I'll have to try diagonal. Definitely looks better than mine. I like the DMC. It is much more saturated in color Thank you for saying the snowman turned out beautiful. Yeah, this one I'm just going to get mine framed exactly the same as Lori's. The only difference will be that it will be in glass. And this one's the same thing where there's 4 different pages and it's in color and it's easy to see. So basically we take her charts and do this so that you have plenty of room to see. I will say the hardest part of this was the white snowman, because when you stitch white, first of all, I'm so picky about how my threads lay. I want them to be perfect, and so there was a lot of unripping and getting my redoing it, railroading, trying to make it perfect. And even looking at it, you can kind of tell it's not perfect. But and I also feel like stitching on white, it's so unsatisfying. It's I just feel like when you stitch the red, it's so satisfying. But I started over here, came back over here, and then kind of went here, and then this was the end, was just all of this. So this one I did really nice on the back. I was not have anxiety on this one. And then this is my biggest surprise. Well, personally, this is my biggest surprise. So we talked about releasing this about 2 years ago. So a few years ago, I made Farmhouse Christmas using this border layout that's free on Country Cottage Needleworks website, which is right here. It's free. And then I wanted to make the Log Cabin Christmas, which came out after that one. But I wanted the border to be the same. And I'm going to frame it in the same frame, and I'm using the same fabric. So I'm stitching on 16 count beautiful beige. I didn't even realize I was stitching on 16 count. So Denise had to tell me. So what I did was I have the outside border done, and then there's 9 charts. So you can buy them individually or as a set. So each of them have different borders, but if you see, this has brown and we put white. So basically, we tried to make it very similar to Farmhouse Christmas and the colorways so that I could put them next to each other. So I changed all of these to white. I did change all of the colors on the inside. There is a color conversion, but it's only available with the thread pack. And so it's called Log Cabin Christmas. And then I'm going to do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So, oh, and the one thing is I don't have this part finished right here. Sorry, forgot to say that. So the green and the red right here, I have not obviously finished. I only railroad white. And you could ask Cheryl and Denise and Chelle what they do. I'm not sure if they even railroad. I'm not sure. I did try to keep my threads a little bit neat. So I wasn't traveling, like I traveled a little bit here, but it just kind of depended. So this one's good because I feel like I set myself up for success so that in January, I can just like kind of pop them in. The one thing that I will say is when I did Farmhouse Christmas, I can remember frustration between the months because I would have to sit and think, okay, how many stitches in between? Where was the last chart? Where did it end? And I just really had anxiety every time I did it. And I felt like doing it this way was quicker because I was able to just do it all at once. And there were 3 stitches in between each of the frames, which is listed on it's listed on our thread pack. Okay, now we're gonna do, I know I'm out of order, but we're gonna do a Christmas Ornament Edition parade. So, thank you to Priscilla for finishing all of these. These are all from years ago. So, I decided to do my Christmas decorating, which means I'm not done because they're here. These are from the 2023 Sassy Strippers. So, this one is Mrs. Claus and her gingerbread. This is Rudolph and the Clauses. Do they just...
Rudolph.
Frosty.
This is Rudolph and the Clauses. This is Frosty and his snowman. And this is Santa and his reindeer. So we put a link in so you can find all of their ornaments. Now I wanted to show you a little bit of the details. So on the back, and Priscilla finished all of these for me. This one, did you find the piece?
No, but I'll do more digging in the bucket.
Okay, maybe I have it at home. So a bunch of my stuff started falling apart, so I brought it. I bet I don't know. It's
I'm sure
fine.
It's in there.
So these are from the 2023 year Sassy Strippers. This is Chelsea's Chucks fabric. These are the ribbons by Priscilla and Chelsea. These are the 2023 roundabouts. This is Kringle Cookie Company. This pattern had a bonus chart called Mary, and that's this one. And then Oh Christmas Tree, Home for Christmas, and Hot Cocoa. Okay, so these right here use the sticky circles, the 3.5-inch sticky circles, and the 4 1/4-inch sticky circles. And all of the ones that I'm showing you, if you go to the Stitching with the Housewives channel, they have tutorials on how they did all of these. So this one, it kind of reminds me of an ice cream sandwich. So like that's the ice cream. And so here's the backs.
That one I found.
This one,
I
Yeah.
think it's in the bucket.
Yeah.
you're gonna glue it down?
Yeah, I'm gonna glue it down.
Okay.
Put the-
Yeah, everything started kind of falling apart over the years. And so I know a lot of you are going to have questions on where do you get all of this. You know, obviously this was 2023, so that's been 2 years. I'm sure she got it at Hobby Lobby. All the information is on the PDF, and all of these are only available as PDFs. They're not paper patterns. So these are 2023 roundabouts. And it just looks like a bunch of ice cream sandwiches. Now we're going to go back to 2021. These are Dapper Doodads from that year. This is Merry and Bright. Holly Jolly. Gingerbread Bakery. Jolly Saint Nick. And Ho Ho Ho. So these, if you turn them over, and you know, you don't have to do as much detail on the back if you don't want to, but gosh, isn't it cute? We have a question from Marianne. How do we know if the colors are in black and white? If you click into the products, if the chart is in color, we will say this chart is printed in color. If it does not say that, that means it's in black and white. And these, one thing that Denise pointed out to me, which I'm glad she pointed out, is these are actually square, 56 by 56 stitches, but because of the way that Priscilla finished them, you know, obviously they look rectangular. And on all of these, you know, I made these years ago, but I'm sure I used called for colors and just added blue to the eyes, because that's pretty much what what I do with all of their stuff. Then we're going to do 2022 Dapper Doodads. This one is Cookie Delivery. Sugar and Spice. Oh, this one came off. Did you find that? No. I swear, my kids. This one is Baking Spirits Bright. Oh yeah, this one came off too. And then this one is Snowed and Sweet. So these are, what's that say? These are from Michaels. That's the Michaels brand. And all the information on finishing, I'm sure, is on the back of the pattern. It's so fun to go back and look at all this work that I did. Sometimes, I don't know, and it's funny because the nanny always says, gosh, there's so much stuff, and Kevin always tells her she's still stitching more. These are 2021 tiered tray tidbits. These are around 42 stitches by 55. These were all jars, so this is the sweet jar, jingle jar, jolly jar, very merry jar, and 'tis the season, which was probably a bonus. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So on these, let's see, I didn't add blue eyes there, so I probably forgot. So you can kind of see the difference in if you add the blue or not. And huge thank you to Priscilla for finishing all of these for me. So these are from 2021. (2022) tiered tray tidbits. These were crates. The theme was crates. So this is crate of Christmas lights. No. Cake. Okay. Crate of, you should probably just give them to me one at a time because I obviously cannot do both at the same time. Crate of Christmas lights. Crate of candy canes. Crate of hot cocoa. And then crate of gingerbread houses. And there are some questions that I have in here. One, I do have a great idea. We're going to use the, I'm going to show the light box over there in a second. So here are these finished. I still have more. Now we're going to 2020. These are holidays with the housewives. Santa's cookies, sweet delivery, gingerbread cottage. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And Mrs. Claus cookies. So 2 vertical, 2 horizontal. And this is 2020. So this is before I started adding the blue eyes. So you can see the difference. And then it's kind of cool to see because then you can decide, you know what it looks like with blue, or I feel like you can see the eyes better when they're black. I just think the blue is prettier. So it's kind of one of those, just decide what to do. I remember this was a little bit hard for me. I remember having to do that a little bit I had to redo it a couple of times. So these are from 2020. These are also from 2020. These are Jolly July ornaments. This is Merry Mrs. Claus. Jolly Claus. Gingham Greetings 1 and Gingham Greetings 2. And so these are just plain on the back, and these have the Lori Holt small vintage trim. So what I'm going to do with these ornaments, some of these I have like it's like a wooden crate, and then I just line them up like this across the crate. Some of them I will put on some trees. Some, I just kind of put them wherever. I kind of scatter them wherever. So these are all the ornaments. I'm going to take them home today and decorate them. And then I just thought I'd show this. This is December calendar crates, and I have all of these. I have all of the calendar crates done, but these are really fun because you can hang them or you can set them. And so I hadn't put it up yet, so I just thought I'd show it. It's just part of that chart. And then this is December trucking along. And I feel like this one, I don't know, I just really liked it when I got it out, so I thought I would just show it. Now, of course, I have a ton more from Stitching with the Housewives. If y'all want me to bring more, I can. Totally up to you. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, the finishing work was all done by Priscilla, and they were all designed by Priscilla and Chelsea. So one thing I wanted to point out is we've been getting comments about stitching on black, and Caterpillar Glow has 2 mats. This is the big one, but there's also a very small one. Do we know where that small one is?
It's boxed up.
It's boxed up. Okay, so there's a much smaller one. We showed it in Friday's live stream. These are on sale. All Caterpillar is on sale this month. You can put this in your lap and stitch, and the light would come up. Now, I would not buy this one. This one is too big. I would buy the mini. And I want to, I have not done this, by the way. I don't feel like I need to, but this is just an idea. And when you look at it, see how skinny it is? And it's very like sturdy. It's, when I store it like this. So I feel like, and if I was doing this, I would do this and I would leave this mat off because that's just distracting. But then the light would come up. Now, I don't know if it would get scratched up. You know, I'm really not sure. I have not stitched with this in my lap, but so many people on social media have said they do. So I just thought I would show it since it's on sale. Okay. Now I'm going to have Stitchy staffers come, and Cheryl is going to start with hers. And she has a bunch of whips. She has holly baskets by Stitches by Ethel, tree trimmings by October, house fiber arts, naughty or nice stockings. She has a ton of stuff. I'm going to let her show you.
Okay, I think these are not in any particular order, and I remembered this one at the last minute. So I know Thanksgiving is over, but on Thanksgiving Day I had a little time to stitch, and the day after, so I worked on Folksy Thomas is his name, and it is from the Teresa Kogut book, Hello Autumn. So when I had put him away last, I didn't have any of this wing filled in, and I only had a little bit here. So I lacked just 3 or 4 little scattered stitches here that really aren't even showing up on camera that are missing, and the bottom section here of his tail feathers. But I enjoyed pulling him out and doing a little bit more work on him, and I will work on him occasionally through the months. I do like to stitch in season, but I also stitch Halloween and Christmas all through the year, so I'll just add this. It's a big stack of whips and getting bigger. And this fabric, I purposefully leave the tag on many of them. It looks like I didn't on this one, and I don't remember what this one is. But I'm using 1 strand, and I believe it is a 36 count.
Are you planning on stitching any more from the book?
Well, I love the little, let me see if I can find a photo right quick. I have a grand idea, but you know how that goes. Harvest Ted and Harvest Tina. I think they are so cute.
Those are cute.
But stitch heavy, as so many of Teresa's are. But you can tell that Harvest Tina is kind of looking to the left and Ted is looking to the right. So my plan is, if I do actually get to stitch them, do them together on the same piece of fabric so that they're looking at each other. So they'll be standing side by side.
That's adorable.
Oh, they're really, really cute. Okay, and then Christmas Moon by Stitches by Ethel. I did this on a 32 count fabric because I wanted to use 2 strands of floss. I wanted, particularly the red, I wanted good color saturation. So it is with the called for floss. It's on 32 count. Called for floss. I elected not to do the trees at the bottom. I will make it into an ornament, and I think it's finished except for, I think I will put the little stars that are shown here, but nothing else. I think he's cute as he is, but I think I will add the little stars in here, and then he will be finished.
That red is amazing.
That is
What color?
ribbon red, Classic Colorworks ribbon red. And sometimes if you're doing just a really, really small area, that variegation doesn't show up as well. But when you do a large block of color, it really, really shows up.
Did you show this?
I did not.
Yet, not yet.
Oh, I want to buy it.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
No, I mean, I want to buy it on Etsy.
Well, I know what you mean. But so, Love Came Down. So,
But when you come back, can you repeat the red
Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're back.
okay, the red
for the cardinal?
floss in Christmas Moon is Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red.
Thank you.
It's a perfect red, Christmas red. So you're looking at the pattern. This is just the beginning of Mary's clothes right here. So I did get all of those blue stitches in. These stitches down here and hair and a little bit more on the face. So have a lot of work to do yet on that one. This is done on a 40 count linen with one strand of called for DMC. My needle is still in this one. As I was working on it last night, I decided just to leave the needle in it. This is Tree Trimmings by October House Fiber Arts. All three of these I thought were really cute, but so I got all but the white stitches. I guess I didn't start this, I think, until not before last, maybe.
Oh, wow.
And then I stitched on it yesterday, a big part of the day. So it's also with called for floss. I didn't bring the pattern, but I know this pink is a Weeks Dye Works Sweetheart Pink, I believe. And the green is a DMC, and the other colors are Classic Colorworks and Weeks combination. This is on a 32 count because,
Cheryl,
It-
pause real fast.
I'm sorry, talking too fast. Okay.
No, they're saying no sound is coming. So,
Okay.
Alicia, can you pop off that question on screen so that we can see chat?
Okay, let's see if there was a question.
Okay. Can you guys hear us? Put a 1 if you can hear us in the chat.
Someone says they have sound.
Shelley Thomas said that Cheryl is her shero. She wants to be her when she comes back. Okay, Bobbin with Brittany said she left and came back and the sound came back. So YouTube might just be having some technical glitches, but Cheryl will just start where she was. Sorry about any kind of technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know if there were questions about this piece. I don't know if
No.
we lost the
No.
sound
Yeah,
through
we're good.
this. No, okay. And this one I elected to do on 32 count because of the size of what the finished piece would be, and that's very often how I decide what fabric to use. If I want really, really strong color saturation, I will use a count, usually 32, so that I can use 2 strands of floss, because there is quite a difference in 1 strand versus 2 strands in your color saturation sometimes.
Agreed on that. You'll see
Yes.
that in a piece coming up.
This is another one by Stitches by Ethel, and I just thought this little basket was so sweet, and I have done this week. This fabric is a 40 count linen, So it's with one strand. So I made really good progress on it. I started it, let's see, this is Wednesday. I started it Sunday, I guess.
So on the basket at the bottom, are
Yes.
there stitches in between the brown, or that's just
No,
open?
that's
that
just
looks
open.
really good.
Looks really good, yeah. So there are little dark stitches in the center of the berries. And of course you can tell I lack some of the greenery here. And then the two candy canes in the center of the basket are done in the red and white. It will be finished, I'm doing it as an ornament, and my plan is to do it round. So I will get the candy canes in and then kind of measure and see what I think. I love the Joy. I love the font that is used for Joy. So I'll have to see what my measurement is and see. I might put a couple of the little snowflakes here or something to make the Joy work. This is, I believe, yes, it's all DMC. All DMC. So it's with one strand. It's 40 count. Again, because of the size, I wanted the finished size to be. And then the last thing I have worked on since the last time, aside from some model stitching, is the Naughty or Nice stocking. So the longer I look at it, the longer I know it will take because it is so many stitches. But I did get some good progress. I wanted to get some of the black in here to see what kind of contrast that would have. Worked a lot. It's still in progress, as you can see. And I'm ready to get this cuff band finished so I can get down to
So you're at the
Santa.
top.
I'm at the very top.
Okay.
Very, very top. So this one will be one of those, again, long-term stitches. But we'll plan to stitch it on the 24th and 25th of each month
Oh, that's cute.
through the year. So for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and just continue through next year with the 24th and 25th whenever I can. And this one is one strand of floss. Also, this is an Ada, though. This is a 20 count Ada, vintage country mocha. So for those of you who want a smaller count, but something that's easy to see, the 20 count is really, really nice. And the vintage country mocha, since it's printed and not hand dyed, there's no shrinkage. So the 20 count Ada is really, really nice and easy to see.
Both Cheryl and I attended Jingle Ball. Did you see,
Yes.
Cheryl, is it Midnight Santa
Oh, yes,
by
I bought
Teresa
it.
Kogut?
Did you buy it?
I did buy it.
Yep.
I don't know. I forget when they're actually when they release it to the actual public. But if you attended Jingle Ball, they had
Yes.
one. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I bet you Cheryl's gonna get this.
Yep.
I know it.
Yeah, I did. And I'm unsure we'll at some point talk about the fabric for that. Kimberly,
I want to
Just
buy
like-
this. So where'd you get it? Because I'm gonna buy it right now.
well, this one came from Jess at Como Stitches, C-O-M-O, but it was sort of an exclusive thing, and she did pre-orders for
Oh my
that.
gosh, you have to tell me.
Just side note, Kimberly is literally on her phone
I'm
right
on
now
Etsy trying to buy it.
find one.
Is she on Etsy or different now?
Yeah, she's on Etsy. It's
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Now I
Como
have to
Stitches.
say,
But look at it. Open it, Cheryl. Look at how. Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
so
it's
cute. got-
beautiful. So you've got
oh.
an open pocket here, and zipper pockets.
anyone who makes these project keeps stuff like that, I admire you
Yes.
because I tried to make one over the weekend. I made 2 of them and I brought them today. I'm not showing them.
So hard.
It
Yes.
is tough.
Yes. it
Making a
is-
bag
It is tough.
versus, or like a project keep making
Right.
versus making a quilt.
Oh.
For me, it's completely different.
Absolutely. I have absolutely no desire.
Like the
I like
detail
to
here is
support-
hard to
yes.
do.
And if you don't mind waiting for just a second, and Shelley doesn't mind bringing my big bag, my big Santa bag, There's another one by a different maker who actually is a customer of ours too.
I need to get
That's
on
a-
these newsletter lists.
A folio, yeah. And we can.
Cheryl, I will tell you, Cheryl is an enabler. You see her stuff, and then you're like, oh, I gotta have that, I gotta have that, I gotta have that, I gotta have that. But you have to be careful when you're on Cheryl, because then she'll buy it for you before you can buy it for yourself.
Okay, so here's another good one. This one doesn't have a fastener, which is a fastener like that, but it has
Wait,
like
show it.
a ribbon. I was gonna try to get it straight before so that will hold this one closed. This is by Rika from House of Stitch and Stash. And this one also has a 2 cup, but it has, and you can see, this is my,
Thread.
this is thread for the model stitch of our charity piece. But zippered, pocket here, 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 and thread bed. So there are, there's several different variations, different makers, but yeah, they are wonderful. And
And then side note, look at this hot mess.
Oh, you're gonna show
I'm
it?
gonna. So this is the one I made over the weekend. Look at this like crookedness. It's a little wavy. You know what? We rock with it.
yeah,
And then
who
we
cares?
put
It works.
2 pockets, felt.
Oh, that's
Not a fan
awesome.
of this felt. It's
Right.
like super like
Oh, it's flimsy.
flimsy. I found another felt. I may unstitch it and restitch it. We'll see. And then I added for my floss to hang, and then another pocket.
Perfect.
You know what?
Oh,
it
that's
works
nice,
for me.
Denise.
I love
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
But definitely, this took me all day.
Yeah.
So
it's
don't recommend. Just
Right.
buy y'all.
yeah, it's worth every penny. I would rather spend my time stitching than making the beautiful accessories to go with it. So, yeah, and I think both of these also had, a thread, or for scissors, if you have, you can loop your scissors through there, thread ring, whatever. So, I think that is everything of mine today.
You
I'm
have a
over
lot-
here buying stuff.
Shelly, you're up.
Shelly had a lot done. She has 2 stitch finishes and I believe 6 whips she worked on. She is slowly making her way into having multiple projects and not just
Multiple whips and not multiple finishes. Changing my tune here. Okay, the first one I finished the Christmas Terranium by Tiny Modernist. I had to fill in all of the white. Everything was done last time except for the white. And I also finished the Night Terrarium, again by Tiny Modernist. And both of these, this was one piece of Cosmo. This is Cosmo Black 14 count.
And we did order, because Shelly has been showing the Cosmo Black, we sold out of it. We sold so much of it since you've shown it. So we have a lot on order, but that comes from Japan. So if we're sold out, it is definitely on order. But I can tell you Shelly made that black sell out.
Okay, and I've been watching it. It's definitely gone. I wanted some more. So, who knows?
Do
What
you
do I
have-
have on there?
any difficulty stitching with like a true, we probably asked this before, but like a true black fabric.
No, it was pretty good. I had to make sure I had a light on. I did the stitching light around my neck. And also it's helpful. Sometimes I would put my pattern in my lap underneath me.
Oh, yeah.
And see that. It helps you to be able to see a little bit better if you have something.
Would you ever try that little mini light box?
No, I love my Caterpillar mat for doing paper piecing with quilting, so I didn't know that we had a mini one, so I'm gonna
Okay.
check that
Yeah,
out.
well, it's really cute. It's really, I was thinking about trying it, but then I'd have to buy it. I'm horrible. I'm over here. I'm shopping. Everything is sold out that Cheryl showed. So don't try to go buy it because it's all sold out. But I got on their newsletter list.
I'm gonna enable you, Shelly.
Denise is coming back with the Caterpillar.
It's so cute though. Look.
So, well, I'm gonna try to unbox it here. So it comes with a mat, travel case. So you can even put your project in here, Shelley, if you want to. So this is like the mat that it comes with. That's pretty much size.
And it's called the Caterpillar Glow Mini.
And this is literally, can you read the sizes on that? I don't.
This is 12 by 9.
So it is super tiny and it is light.
Like if you, we'll show it vertical, but it's very like, it feels like paper almost. Like I
It's
have,
not charged.
It's
Oh,
not
it's not
charged,
charged
but
up,
I
okay.
have, I feel like I
literally
have
just-
notebooks that weigh way more than this.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and this gives you a nice, yeah, it's not even lit up and it's very helpful. It's already helpful, so yes.
The black is 14 count, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Move that right here. Oh, that would also be helpful with this one. I can see that light being helpful. This is Away We Go by Country Cottage Needleworks. And let's see, I think since I showed it to you last time, I finished the house and I think I hadn't finished this area down here. I had some more down here, but it was in the wrong spot. And I like things to be where they're supposed to be so that I can use it as anchors to know what I'm doing with my other houses. So I pulled out a bunch of snowflakes I had put in here because they were not in the right spot. And this is, let's see here, it's the Called For Flosses, DMC, and Classic Color Works, I just forgot, and 14 count Navy by Witchell.
Looks good.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to show you two now that I had started last time and I told you I didn't like it and I was going to restart them. So it was this new Fall Folk Dragon and I was going to do them on an 18 count. And so this is an 18 count. What was this one? This is Cornflower by Fiber on a Whim, and it just 18 count was not for me. So I did a little restart. I switched and I grabbed a 14 count. This is this was Cornflower and I'm switching to 14 count Cobalt by Fiber on a Whim, and it was so much faster and it was just my speed, and I know this is what I like, so I'm gonna continue doing this one
Looks good
on
though.
here. Yeah, I'm very happy with how that's
The colors are very
Looking-
similar in fabric, it looks like.
To me, it looked the same.
Yep, you have to, you can, this one is more like a pair of jeans to me, and this one is a little more sky blue is how
It
I
looks
was
the same
describing
to
it.
me,
I
but
can see it.
I think in person you can see the difference better than on the camera.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And this is the second one that I had started, A Spooky Night by Tiny Modernist. Again, I was doing the 18 count. This is 18 count Earth, and it was so slow. So I wanted to do a restart. I just got a little tiny bit in there, but this is 16 count Gold by Fiber on a Whim, and it's so much faster, and this is what works for my eyes. And so I'm gonna keep going with this one.
Okay, so one question I have is you started with Cosmo fabric, which is very crunchy, which to me is a good thing, and now you're moving to dyed fabric. How are you doing with the softness of it? But you use a hoop, right?
I do use a hoop. I use a Nerge.
So do you like it the same?
I like it the same.
Okay.
I don't have any.
You can see her progression. Cheryl's just making her buy more and more expensive stuff. I'm just kidding. We're just kidding, but yes. But Cheryl is an enabler for all the good things.
And Fiber on a Whim, what really draws me to them are the colors. I love all the bright saturated colors, and I'll show you one in a minute that I had already chosen the fabric, and then I saw a pattern and I was so excited because I needed an excuse to get that fabric. Okay. There's that one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and now I have a couple of new starts.
I haven't seen this one yet.
So this is
Oh, I have. It's cute.
Mary Stitchmas by Emma Congdon. I love this book. Everything in here. I'll show you the table of contents. It's just this bright colors, saturated colors. I loved everything about this when I saw this. And so I started on this project right here. What is this one called? Season's Greetings.
Dang.
So I am big on outlining. So I went in and I put in all the squares and rectangles before I got started, and it was a good thing I did because I got down here and this guy was off, which was going to throw off everything over here, so I had to pick out a couple, but everything is in place. And last night I started to fill in one. I think you can see it on camera. There's a lot of white in there, and I'll show you because it's in a book. I did make my copies and laminate them of each page, so I'm using my laminated copies to stitch with. And I'm loving this one. This is 14 count Morganite by Fiber on a Whim, and I was talking to Cheryl about that this morning. This is the softest thing I've ever sewn on, and I don't know, it's much softer than other Fiber on a Whim fabrics that I've worked with, but Morganite is one of my favorites. I don't know if you can see it very well here. It's got just the slightest hue of pink to it, and I love it.
Anne Marie says Cheryl is our Stitchy fairy godmother.
Yes. Yes.
We can make her a little sign.
I need a wand.
Oh, a wand. Oh, we don't need to get. That's funny. I could see her with a wand.
Okay, and this
When I
is-
think of Cheryl, though, you know what I always think? I always think of Longhorn Candy by Lambs, because she has bought that for Kevin for 16 years straight for his birthday and Christmas. And every time she does it, I'm like, I try to go in there, and he's been hiding them. So this year, I'm gonna find them.
Maybe this year Santa will bring you a box of them.
I don't need a whole box. I need one.
Okay, the last thing I have is another new start. This is the fabric I was telling you about that I had spotted. This is Sapphire by Fiber on a Whim. It's 14 count. And then I saw an email that we were getting this pattern in. This just came in, I believe, 2 days ago. Kimberly's showing it later. So this is The Magic of Christmas by Tiny Modernist. And I just wanted to make sure the colors were going to work, and I think it's great.
Do you always start in the top left, or
Nope.
it just depends?
It just depends, because this one, I thought it might be funny to start here, so I think I'm going to come here and get to here, maybe do a reindeer, a leaf, and then do the middle.
So
Okay, so when you started really with like just printed fabric and DMC. Now you're moving to fancier fabric. Are you moving to fancy floss, or are you just still doing called for, whatever?
Can you hand me that navy blue one? I'm trying to do fancy floss, but I sort of feel like you do on it. I just don't need the variegation. So on this one, it has the classic color work. So I was like, okay, I'm really going to give this a try. I'm going to do it like you're supposed to. Nope. Some of these rows are complete X's, and then sometimes I would just get in the groove, and I would go one way and come back. Fancy floss just may not be worth it for me. It may be a waste.
What's very interesting, I think it's good for people to see that everybody does something different. And I just thought, since you were progressing on the fabric, maybe, but yeah, for me, DMC is totally fine.
Yeah, right now I'm 14 or 16 count.
Oh, you
Loop
moved
method,
to 16.
14 or 16 I do well with, and then loop method and DMC are my current
Oh, we're gonna show loop method.
favorites right now.
we can do that after. Like,
You have a thread?
I'm sure one of us have thread in this.
So that is everything for me.
Yeah, 16 count, I thought, so I started working on the Log Cabin Christmas, and I was certain that was 14 count. And then Alicia came to my office and said, let me borrow this. I've been stitching on 16 count and had no idea, so I must have progressed.
Real quick, if you're having audio issues, exit the stream and get back in. That has fixed it for most people.
Thank you, Jordan.
Hello, I am new to stitching, so I only have 3 little pieces to show, but first I want to show this.
Okay,
It's
this
my-
is Alicia.
Yes, this is my little organizer I got from Target,
I'm shopping at Target.com right now. What's it called?
a tiered organizer.
Okay,
holiday
well, I'm
tiered
buying it as we
organizer.
speak.
And so my plan for this is just to keep everything that I'm currently working on in here. So I have my patterns in here, my fabric, and then I have a bunch of DMC just stashed in here, so I'm keeping that under there. But
You're so organized.
I try
Well,
to be.
She is so organized at work. I cannot imagine her not being, or she's worked for us for a long, long time. She's not
Yes.
new to Fat Quarter Shop. I'm gonna put on ChatGPT to find the name of it because I can't find it.
Okay.
ChatGPT to the rescue.
So the first one I have is a stitched finish. This is Heartfelt Christmas by October House Fiber Arts. And here it is. Now, okay, so I stitched this on Cream and Sugar 14 count by Fiber on a Whim. I am currently stitching all of my pieces on 14 count since I'm new to this. I did use all called for thread, which is all Classic Colorworks. This stitch right here,
Jordan, can you zoom?
if you can see, kind of throws me off. Because I stitched this on 14 count, I feel like it's more prominent, you can see it. And I want to remove it, because the original piece was stitched on 32 count, and I feel like it looks better on the pattern than it does on my piece, but so I'm probably going to remove it, honestly. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. So that is my stitched finish.
Do you know how you're gonna FFO it? Are you gonna take a stab at it?
I did want to do a pillow, but since this is my first one, I'll probably just frame it.
And let me add, Alicia over Thanksgiving, she helped me actually FFO some pieces of Kimberly. So she has officially learned how to like mount everything, and I am so proud.
Yeah, so I'm slowly learning. Next piece is a work in progress, a whip. So I have Sweater Weather by With Thy Needle. And so what I like to do personally is to do the borders of everything and then do the inside. So I started the top left border. I honestly did this last night, so so I barely started this piece, and I'm stitching it on Platinum 14 count by Zweigart. And I did do some color changes. Denise helped me.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is that one I
Yeah,
forgot.
so instead of, for the hat and sweater, I'm doing Classic Colorworks Hollyberry. And then for the cranberries, I'm going to do Classic Colorworks Maynard Red. And then instead of Weeks Dye Works Grits, I'm going to use Bamboo. Instead of Gentle Art Dried Thyme, I'm going to use Wilderness by Classic Colorworks.
So you pretty much everything is classic.
I like
For
Classic Colorworks.
sweater
I
weather.
found, like all thread. I feel like I like Classic Colorworks the most. And then my last whip I have is the Shepherd's Year December, and I stitched this on Cream and Sugar 14 count by Fiber on a Whim, all called for thread. And I plan to do all the other parts in this series, so every other month. I just think this is so cute. I'm almost done with it. I just have to fill in the little star, the flowers, and the ornaments, and then this one will be done.
When do you stitch? Like,
At home, like when I get home. I probably sit and stitch for like 2 hours.
do you watch TV when you do it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we found the name of it. It's called Metal Holiday Accessory Organizer. There's 9 left at the one in Kyle, so maybe at lunch we can go and buy a couple of them.
Yeah,
because
no, if you're local, please do not go buy. Or if
Because-
you do, buy some for us.
I don't know my password to Target.com, so I can't check out, so don't buy them all. I just need one.
And that is all.
Thank
now.
you, Alicia.
Thank you.
Hey, Alicia, they look fabulous.
I am going to show some of Kimberly's stuff real quick, like framing wise, just to kind of catch y'all up. So
Yay!
next,
I can see.
so next week on Wednesday the 17th, she's going to show everything she stitched throughout the year. So Alicia and I are working hard in FFOing everything. So she showed this earlier. It's the Mrs. Claus gingerbread. Priscilla got this piece, the finishing piece from Hobby Lobby, and we ended up ordering it online. They still had some, so we went ahead and painted.
Oh, you painted it.
Yeah, it comes unfinished. So I was gonna text Priscilla when it came in because I wanted to know how she painted this. This was hard because you have to like get in those holes. If not, like it was gonna be unfinished and I didn't want, you know, like if you hung it up in a way that you would see that unfinished wood.
So did you use paint and paintbrush?
Yeah, so
bet
I
she
used,
spray painted.
I bet you she spray painted. So, this is what we had.
I would have been using a Q-tip.
This is what, you know, I always keep paint here of like white, a light blue, a light pink, stuff that I know we would use, that, you know, that's an FQS color and that Kimberly likes. So this is the white that I had, and I just had foam brushes. And the foam brush that I had was not thick enough, or not thin enough, excuse me, to fit in here. So then I went digging in my brush stash and I found another brush that was here. Girl, I have a whole supply of finishing here, from sandpaper, all of it. So it was more of like a bristle brush. So this right here, I had paint everywhere on my hands. I had it in my hair. I had it like all on my face and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to like clean off before Jordan sees me, because like he's gonna ask like what I'm doing. Well, someone was in the bathroom and they're like, you know, you have paint everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, I do, sorry. It's arts and craft day. But right here, the paint kind of like dried cakey a little bit, but I'm not really gonna fix it because literally the piece is gonna be right here. All I'm caring about, you know, are the edges around here. So we'll get this finished and I'm literally using exactly what Priscilla did. Then the next one that's on the docket, Kimberly finished the Dear Santa. So I don't know if she addressed it if Priscilla addressed it in her FlossTube, but what she finished on was a metal chalkboard stand.
That is huge.
That had like a bow it had a bow and then it was a chalkboard and then like gold detailing. We could not find it at our Hobby Lobby. I had gone so many times. We looked online, it was sold out. So I went back another day and I told Alicia, I'm just gonna find something that matches. So I found this guy at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, you showed it to me.
Yeah. So I texted her a photo like, hey, do you like this? It makes it easier essentially on us because this is already done. All I have to do, you know, is fluff this up. And it was literally the perfect size.
And then the first question I said is, what are you going to do with the letters? And she said, oh, I'm just going to pop them off. I was like, well, okay then.
So we'll see.
I was like, they just pop off?
Huh? Maybe. So
Well, we can always put more fabric back there.
I am
Try
going
pop it
to,
off.
well, it's nailed in. So I was going to do a video,
See?
but like, it's not, I mean, there's nails right here. Jordan's going to have to go in and like, you know, hammer them down or something, but it does just.
That is very
Like-
soothing. That's like, I need to do that. That's like anxiety, pulling
Let me-
stuff off.
Just be careful when we move this that we don't, I hope everyone has their tetanus shots. But yes, oh, these are hard on here. Okay, I'm gonna stop that before I continue. But anyways, like there's little nails. We'll hammer them down. I'll use a coordinating fabric piece, and then clearly I'll put this up. And it also comes with a stand where Kimberly I envision this by her fireplace. I already know where she's gonna put this in her house, like right in front of your fireplace on the side, and she can stand it. The SKU, I'll read it to you and show you if you were trying to find something, is 6356067. And this was in the picture frame, well, at least at our Hobby Lobby, it was in the picture frame.
Shout out to Jordan. He told me he also helped pick it out.
Oh yes, he did. We had like 5 things in the cart, and I'm like, which one? Or she can hang it.
Oh, I'm not hanging.
But this is very heavy, so.
It's pretty big. It's pretty though.
Yeah. And then as we were I found the piece, I thought, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I found one of the metal chalkboard. And I'm like, well, I like this one because then I don't have to do the bow. Those I struggle with. Then let me find where I put my patterns. I have also been FFOing her monthly mini villages, and we did a tutorial on this on our channel. Let me start here. And I've gotten a few email requests of what fabrics I've picked. So I'm gonna put them here. I'll do 4 at a time. These were all from the Prim Fat Quarter Bundle.
By Lori Holt.
By Lori Holt. And when we did the YouTube tutorial, I had only FFO January, and then Kimberly had, I think at the time, had only stitched up until May. So she had picked out the first 5 prints. So this uses 2 fabrics sewn together. So this is January through April. And then we have May, June. Oh my word. These will get clipped before they're framed.
And then if you notice, it's horizontal across and there's a fabric at the top and a fabric at the bottom. And she did a finishing tutorial on how to do it.
Yes. May, June, July. At this point, I had to start repeating. So July uses the same fabrics as January. I just rotated the prints. And then August and September I got stuck on, so I moved on and I jumped to October. And then I skipped November, and then you saw December earlier. So I only have, I believe, 3 left. Those were the harder colors for me to color match to the fabric.
We could also just use different fabric
Yes, but I was trying to get everything from the
bundle.
From the bundle. But yeah, these, once I get in the rhythm, they go very quickly. And I had, for the first time, sewn on the Juki here, the 2010, and I texted Kimberly and Jordan as a hint to Jordan, like, you know, for Christmas, if you want to get me the 2010 Juki, I would be, you know, so happy for that. But I highly doubt that. But we'll see. Now I put him on the spot, so, you know.
What else is on you that?
Okay. And then, so yeah, that's all. That's all for finishing.
ignored that question.
I did. That's all for like FFOing that I did. Stitching wise, I started the festive mini trees by Hello from Liz Matthews. There's 4 in this pattern. She finished them as actual trees. She like stuffed them and then put like a real stick in there. I am not doing this one. I'm not a fan of colored lights. I'm a clear gal, twinkle. So I did the bow one. I love bows. It's my favorite. And then I started this one, the ho ho ho. And then I'll move to this one, the one with the bigger bow. I'm stitching this on 40 count. Cheryl gave it to me from her stash. It's the best when Cheryl brings fabric. And she's like, hey, I have some fabric. There's no way I'm going to use this all. Would you like a piece? And I'm like, oh, no, but yes. Like, I don't want to take your fabric, but like, yes, your colors, like, you have such good taste. Like, please. So she gifted me this one. It is 40 count linen. DMC is the colors. So I'm doing called for. The colors do look a little bit different on camera than what they do in person. So I am going to finish them. I have been researching them. If y'all know anything about needlepoint and how they do the gusset stand-ups, that's how I plan on finishing these 2. So essentially I will be cutting, you know, like the foam core that you get when, or not foam core board, but like the styrofoam for flowers. You can cut that into any shape. So I'm going to cut mine in a shape of a tree and then finish on sticky board this in a tree. and then that same size finish quilting fabric, and then like it be a like Oreo sandwich. It's very hard to like wrap your head around, but if you just search like gusset needlepoint, I'm sure there's people out there that have done tutorials that you can kind of look at an idea of how I'm doing it. But I will bring it in once I FFO it. So that's festive mini trees. I love doing the small ones because they go by very fast. And then the next one I worked on is the Quaker Snippets 2 by With Thy Needle. Thank you. I finished on the back end of this piece the Snippets 1. So then I wanted to stitch it all on the same fabric. So like this is in top left of the piece, and then I just rotated and I stitched it in the bottom right of the other corner. This is 36 count Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim. I hope I can do all. I'm assuming she's having more Quaker Snippets if she's numbering them as 1 and 2. I'm assuming there's 3 and 4 coming. But this is the design. Everything is being stitched and called for. It's a mix of DMC, classics, gentle, weeks. So it's all brands of floss. I have noticed myself learning to be more organized and like prepping my thread more, being that Weeks Dye Works is not pre-cut. As soon as I start stitching, I'm like, oh man, I should have cut this strand already because I just want to go and stitch rather than, reskein everything. So that's my progress. I haven't picked this up actually in like 2 weeks maybe. The next one I worked on, Bells Are Ringing by Brenda Gervais by With Thy Needle. Again, I'm a sucker for bows, so I had to. I wanted to get here as fast as possible, so I started corner, and then I went this way, did the bow, and then I wanted to get on the house to have like more fill-in and just working with one color than having to switch my thread different times. The leaves are one green, and then the stem is another. So it was a constant back and forth. I think when I was organizing my bag, I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, man, where did all my floss go? Like, I swear I know I bought this. Like, where did it go? And I don't know what made Jordan lift up the couch cushion, and like all my floss had fallen in between like the 2 couch cushions. And he's like, come on, Denise, you're organized in other areas except your stitching. Get it together.
Okay, Jordan is very, he likes everything very organized. So I can just imagine him seeing that floss and being like, what the heck?
Yeah. So that was the weekend that I was like, you know what? I'm going to make, those little like thread project keepers, all that, even thread keepers to kind of keep myself organized. And then, I lost a lot of stitching time because it took me forever to figure out what I was doing with that. But I love the progress on this. The colors are really good. This is the new Be Stitch Me fabric, 40 count linen sugar cream pie. So as soon as this fabric came in, I knew that I was going to stitch it on this piece on that fabric. James Avery sells a cute bow charm for your charm bracelet. Ooh, I'm going to have to dig out my James Avery charm bracelet. It may need a polish, but I may have to look into that, Jordan. Then the next 2 are by Country Cottage, one being the Nutcracker Village that I'm finishing for Kimberly, and then the next being Christmas Market, the new series. I'm going to do Nutcracker Village first because Christmas Market was a hot mess. So, Nutcracker,
Oh my gosh!
I'm not completely done. I have the house going.
I cannot believe you're doing this.
This one, I have to have literally the perfect light, the perfect setup, the
So
perfect
hard.
attitude. I can't be stressed. This one's a tough one. This is the 32 count raw silver linen.
Try to zoom in, Jordan, and then pull the fabric so you can see how the holes are. They're crazy.
Oh my word.
It's like so hard to explain, but
Like,
it's not
I don't
even.
know. It's
So
just,
You need a light now.
you know,
need
battling.
a light box.
Yeah, battling like what are they called, Cheryl? Snubs, slubs. Like battling the slubs, then battling the, you know, the silver shininess, and it's 32 count. I mean, you think, okay, I can do 40 count. Like, I'm confident doing 40 count. I can see that, no problem. But I swear, when I get to this 32 count, my vision,
The light reflects off of the silvery.
and it does. Cheryl is 100% correct. The light reflects against this raw silver. So I'm like Alicia, I stitch, you know, in the evening at night when I get home from work. By then, right now, the sun's setting at what, like 5:30 at this
Five?
point? And it's so hard. And I have on every light in the house to stitch this. And I'm like, you know what? I need to wait on a Saturday where I have natural daylight, you know, nothing's really reflecting off of it. But once I get going and I like get adjusted to the fabric and I know kind of where I'm at, it goes fast. Also, I'm doing the loop method and I feel like I'm committing a sin in a way because I don't do the loop method normally. I do
I love the loop
the
method.
two
It's
strands.
so
So
quick.
every time I do it, I'm like, oh man. But I didn't want like the houses that I did to be so variegated. And then the ones that Kimberly did, like, I just think it would look off. So I decided to keep with the loop method. Have I tried a backlight? Oh, black light.
What is a black
What's a
light?
black light? Is
What
it
is
literally,
I can't explain it if you don't know.
is it literally a black light?
It creates a different look. I'll show you later.
Okay, Jordan will educate me after this.
Well, I don't know what
because-
that is either. I know what a red light is.
Keep going.
Okay, keep going, he tells me. Okay, he's going to look it up for me. So maybe it would be helpful.
He can buy it for you.
So then the next one was Christmas market. So as y'all know, I feel like, okay, I know what this is. You could have explained it a whole different way. Yeah, you could have set out a rave.
Use them to look for, my husband uses them to look for scorpions outside.
Does it work?
Yeah. they
To look for
glow.
scorpions?
Kill
You
them?
go out at night and you take your black light and you go around and he makes sure they're not like near the house. He likes them.
And then what does he do with them?
He just kind of sweeps them out.
Is this what they
Okay,
use?
that's
in
what. Okay, this is what Kevin does. Kill the scorpion. Kill the stuff. I cannot handle it. One time, oh my gosh, there was a scorpion. I'm like, kill it. He's like, I put it outside for the insects. We're not saving the insects at the Jolly House.
We get rid of
No.
them in the Troxel
No.
household.
Like, no.
So is this like the black light that they use, like, say on Criminal Minds and like, okay, I'll keep on going, never mind. Jordan told me no. So anyways, Christmas market, I had wanted to wait for the piece to come in, the actual like pattern so I could see where threads were used next to each other.
So this is the new series.
This is the new series. The first shipment, I want to say went out
Last week.
November, late November maybe. So Alicia had the floss, she kept it, and from when we showed it, and I started throwing it on fabric, and it was so hard. I want to say I stitched this man or boy, whatever, 4 times because I wanted to do it on 40 count. I wanted to do it on 36 count, one of those 2 fabrics. When you heard Cheryl talk about the strands, the using 2 strands really gives it that color definition. 1 strand makes it look very like not antique, but like, I mean, maybe like just a little bit faded, not faded, you know, where it's like, oh wow, like a whole different color, but it's just a little bit different. So I really wanted still the colors to pop the way Country Cottage, you know, designed it, but I just didn't want to use 2 strands. So that was the hardest thing. I want to say I got 4 different fabrics, stitched the man, the face is tea and biscuits. So that was really hard once you got 1 strand to make it pop. So I finally settled on Affogato 40 count by fiber on a whim. And so I started here And then I went down just to kind of see if it would work. And once I put his little hair in, I mean, right now he looks like really bald, but once I get his little his hat on, he'll be perfectly fine. Same thing with the little girl. I did her face first and then I put her hair. I was like, oh yeah, you can definitely see it. And then the white, I stayed with bamboo. I had wanted to see if I needed to switch to snowball or like B5200 if it would show up. And I think it looks great.
So we have a thread pack.
Yes, we have a thread pack. I'm using that thread pack, and that's why I didn't. I was hoping that the bamboo would show up because I didn't. I want to say there's like 6 skeins of bamboo that you need. And I really didn't want to have to then go buy additional like snowball when we already had a thread pack, curated. So, I went with a darker fabric, and she stitched this on Beautiful Count, Beautiful Beige 32 count by Chelle. And at the time, I was finishing Kimberly's monthly mini villages, and I was picking a very light fabric, and that's where I was running into issues until I saw this, and I'm like, oh, it's actually like in person, it's actually a darker fabric than how light it was reading on here. So then I went, out, picked a few that were a little bit darker, and then like rested the color on here, and the lightest parts of the hand dyed match this beautiful beige. So I ended up going with this one, and I love it. Now that I stitched it, it's going a lot faster. When I was on the other counts, I'm like, I'm not having it. It was very not enjoyable. So Affogato 40 count was the winner. So I'll stitch both this one and Nutcracker Village at the same time, since I had them both in the same bag, since they were both Country Cottage and all that. But wow, that bag got messy, so I separated the two. And then for Christmas, we redecorate. Well, clearly we redecorate the house for Christmas, and I move off all the, standard decorations we have. And so, unfortunately, I have to move our wedding sampler off. Well, today is our 1-year anniversary of Jordan and I. So I had wanted to bring the stitch piece to show you guys. This we published last year. It's So Emma did, and we published it right before we got married. I want to say like 2 months.
And I'll never forgive Kevin for us being late to the wedding.
So this morning when we woke up, we were laughing because, we're like, oh, at this time we were going to the venue. And then as the day went on, we're like, oh, remember this time you were with the dogs or that, all that. And I said, I'm like, do you remember what time we got married? And he goes, yeah, at 4:00. And I said, no, technically it was at like 4:02 because I remember seeing Kevin and Kimberly like running at the last minute. And
I was running. Kevin is never on time anywhere. He was not on time to our wedding. And I'm not joking. I get very concerned for my children because I have that rule. If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're fired. That's my motto. And so I'm just like hoping my kids do not follow his lead on that. But that's probably his only fault. But he is never on time, ever. And I honestly don't know how he ever kept like a real job because he cannot wake up.
Well, and it's so funny because when we got married, clearly Jordan's already up at the altar. They're already, playing the songs and stuff. And I know what car they drive. So I'm like, oh man, Kevin and Kimberly aren't here. So I'm in like a little golf cart off to the side where, no one can see me. And I told the guy, I'm like, look, I'm waiting for 2 people to show up. Can we like delay somehow, right? And I didn't have my phone to text. Like I literally just told that to the guy. And as soon as I see that, I see Kevin's car, like zooming in. And I'm like, oh, they're here, but still like delay it as much as we can. So I see Kimberly get off, Kevin parks. I am like beyond nervous. Don't I see Kevin like look at me, like waving at me and like all this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not nervous anymore. Like, Kevin, you're like the highlight right now. So that was a little fun story that always makes me think of the wedding. But yeah, this is the anniversary piece. I love it. It's stitched with just one strand or one color. It's NPI 991B. I want to say it uses like 4 skeins maybe, or maybe less than that, but it used a lot of skeins. But this is literally the exact like replica of the other one. But in the chart, you have where you can customize your, you know, your initials or your last name and then the date. So Jordan never has an excuse to forget our anniversary date since this piece will always be out.
He can't forget it because you talk about it all the time.
That is true.
Okay, show him what you got.
Oh, so for this is why Jordan says I can't get a 2010 because I got a 2010 Juki because he got me my wedding band sampler that matches my engagement ring. So he always says that I can't ask for anything right now because it's on my finger. And very rude. So in the chat, if you can please convince him to give me the 2010 Q, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, I also have this piece that I stitched. It was a red, white, and blue quilt cross stitch pattern by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It looks completely different than the actual cover because it's clearly red, white, and blue. It was patriotic. I love any type of like Quaker or style like this, so I changed the colors to match our wedding colors. So black, white, and green were the colors. I ended up doing a finishing tutorial on our channel earlier in 2024 of how to finish this. Jordan, can you tab over on B? So DMC colors are $37.99, which is the black. $5.22 is the green, and $38.65 is the white.
And they had it next to this like telephone at the wedding, and you had to like talk into it. And so I like picked up the phone. I'm like, I don't really know what to say. I had never seen that before, where you like leave a thing, and then I did my message, and I came back, and Kevin said, "Did you put my name in?" And I said, "No." And Cheryl literally was like, "Well, I said JV's name," and I'm like, "Because you're nice." So then I tried to get Kevin to go back to the telephone, but Kevin is very like shy. He's not going to do it. He's like, "No way."
No, yeah, and I loved hearing all the messages afterwards, right? And so we go through it. It was a phone, like an antique phone, and you picked it up and you left your message of like, "Hey, this is so-and-so," you know, whatever you wanted to say. The kids, my nephews, and one of Jordan's close friends, her daughter, which was the flower girl, I think they hit that phone hard. They left us like 30 messages. Like we had to go through and like filter out all those messages. And then, so we're finished with the wedding and we're listening to them. And I'm like, hey, our parents never left us messages. Like my mom never did, his mom, his dad, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, we already shipped back the phone, everything. Well, they left, you have a year to leave a message. So you called this number, you dropped in a PIN code. So his mom and dad did it like a couple months later. Literally, my mom's gonna kill me for this. She just left her message like in October. She's like, I wanted to wait the full year just to make sure, you know, all went well. And I'm like, Mom. But so anyways, Snow Mini Pom Pom Trim by Lady Dot Creates is what I did. This ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. We use this ribbon like everywhere in the wedding. And then this is the finishing stands from Yarn Tree. There's a 2-inch and a 4-inch. This one's the 2-inch. And in the tutorial I show like how to put these two pieces together. And then this just slides in, and then you have your stand up, so you don't have to, you know, worry about doing a like fold in the back. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys and for our anniversary. Now Kimberly has what's new, so we still have a whole nother section after this. Thank you. Okay, let me. Watch with this piece, Kimberly, if any of
Oh, yeah, the pieces.
the pieces came off.
It's okay. So the first new item we got was the 2026 Book of Days. Now, Cheryl, you use this, right?
I do.
Okay, so we'll have her bring how she uses hers. Do you use, I think she uses it, if I'm right, just for cross stitch?
Just for cross stitch, right.
So
I
we'll-
write in it every day what I stitch that day.
Okay,
I
so,
mark it with stickers, like when I finish, I put when I start, and over on the column on the left-hand side, I write if it's a new start, you know, and what fabric I use and all the details.
so we got these in, and I don't know how many we have left, but we finally got them in. And they are by Needlework Press. And then Stitching with the Housewives, lots of new charts. This is Mrs. Claus Gingerbread, which of course we've shown a couple of times. December Good Old Days, which I showed stitched last month. Believe is their brand new word swap. I believe we sold out of this, but I have more on order. And then their tiered tray tidbits have a goose theme. So this is Oh So Jolly Goose. Snow Days with Goose. Jingle All the Way. And then the Christmas roundabouts have a cardinal theme. So this is Santa and the Cardinals. Christmas roundabouts. Winter roundabout. Oh, the winter roundabouts have the cardinal theme too. So this is Winter Wishes and then the Blue Jays. Dear Frosty. And then for this month, they're doing some July 4th. So they're doing Sassy Stripper series, Snowy Stars, and Santa Bells. So if you see Sassy Strippers, Dapper Doodads, they're all PDFs. What are those others called? Tiered Tray Tidbits. Those are all PDF only. And then their bigger charts are available in paper and PDF. Country Cottage Needleworks has, obviously, Christmas Market that Denise just showed you. And this is the very center of the design. And for the layout for all of the months, it goes around, like around it. And the layout for that you can find on Country Cottage Needleworks website, and it tells you how many stitches to put in between each. Lindy Stitches, Snowflakes and Stars, and Dust of Snow. Teresa Kogut has Frosty Garland Ornament. I think you got to zoom out, Jordan, because it's barely fitting. Sorry. And then Frosty Bulb. And then Santa Wreath Ornament. Oh, that's really pretty.
Cheryl, are you gonna stitch the Santa
This one?
Wreath ornament by Teresa Kogut?
The which?
This
Santa
one.
Wreath.
It looks like you.
Yeah, probably.
And then these are booklets. So this is Blue Coat Santa. Up on the housetop. Sweet Moon. A Time to Rest. Holiday Stroll.
Oh, that's cute.
And Pink Coat Santa. I'm going to show the pink coat next to the blue coat. So with these, you could finish them, you know, either square or you could turn it into a doll. And let me see. I don't think she gives instructions on turning it into a doll. Or, I mean, not a doll, but what would you call that? It's kind of like the Stacy Nash.
Like the crackers?
Crackers, animal crackers.
She also has a green coat Santa that's in a like a booklet. I forget the name of it, but I know we have it.
And then Hands on Design has All Is Bright,
Yeah.
Christmas Folk, and Home for the Holidays. And I love how with Hands on Design, you know, she always has different colors. Kathy Barrick, Hanging the Moon, Yuletide Stitching,
Kimberly, real quick, hold on.
and To All a Good Night.
On Jingle Ball, I didn't know this, so they did a live on Jingle Ball, hello from Liz Matthews and Kathy Barrick. If you didn't know, Kathy Barrick is the mom of Liz Matthews. Well, they were saying that in this piece, that each one of these like samplers up here are samplers from Kathy Barrick. Like separate charts. Like this is, you know, like a design by Kathy Barrick, and then she made it into like a small piece to put within that.
That's cute.
So, fun little fact.
This tree's really cool.
Yeah.
Erica Michaels has Christmas Berries. We Are Blessed. And Winter, I'm not sure how you say that. So I'm not saying it. Bex from Texas is trying to get Jordan to buy all kinds of stuff for Denise. So he's probably ignoring it. Fragments in Time 2025 by Summerhouse Stitchworks. This is number 7 and this is number 8. And then Upon a Midnight Clear. And then Pansy Patch has Autumn Quilt Barn. With Love and a Little Help. I Smell Snow. Stitch, Jingle, and Be Merry. And Peony Basket.
Penny basket.
What'd I say?
Peony.
Oh, sorry, Penny Basket. I'm not great at, I do that a lot, sorry. Tiny Modernist Ho Ho Holiday. Are you doing this one?
I am, yes,
Did you start it yet?
not yet.
Okay, so Shelly's gonna start this one. Magic of Christmas, this is the one you showed, right?
Yep.
And then Bright Bell Pool. The Prairie Schooler, they released 2012, 2019, and 2021 Schooler Santas. Are you gonna stitch any of these, Cheryl?
Sure I will. As
She
a matter of
says-
fact,
okay.
I have all
I
the-
think you have done this
I
one.
have the original cards.
I feel like you've done this one, The Peace on Earth. I feel like I've seen it.
Yes, I've done that one.
Yeah, I've seen that. Blackbird Designs The Walker Sisters. So that's the front and the back, and I'll flip through, show you a little bit more. So this was what's on the cover. So this one has quite a bit to it. The Walker Sisters. Cottage Garden Samplings has the Northern the Northern Cardinal. It's number 11 in the series, and so once 12 comes out, we will sell a set of all 12. This one's really cute. Croquet Agogo. I know I'm saying that wrong. It's called Christmas Sampler, but it's super cute. I love like all the detail. I would love to see this in person.
That one, I love. I would just stitch the bottom section.
Right here?
But that is loosely translated lots of stitching or stitching galore is what that crochetta a go-go. That's what that means.
Oh, this means
Like,
this means stitching.
lots of stitching.
Lots of stitching.
Or stitching galore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cute.
How do you say her name?
Crochetta, I think.
Oh, crochetta.
A go-go.
Good. We fixed it.
Maybe.
Punch Needle Winter 2025 issue. So this one has a Teresa Kogut design.
Ooh.
See the Santa? I think he's flying.
Oh, it's a little chubby one.
He's a little fat Santa. Now from Kimberly Designs, we had requests to get the red. So this is Fire Engine Red and Pine Green. These are the keepsake boxes that are the original sizes. So we have pink, aqua, navy, red, green. Now, if you want other colors on Kimberly Designs, I think she's an Etsy store. She has a ton of colors. These perfectly fit the size of Lori Holt stitch cards. So some have a top like this and some have a top like this. This is going to be the new top.
Hold on. Which one's the old top?
This is the old one. The old one is the flat one. And then the new one, this one pops out. So this is the one that Cheryl stitched originally. But this one pops out, so it's easier to stitch.
Yeah.
So it was harder. Cheryl mentioned on the FlossTube how this one was a little bit hard to get her hands in. So this is the new edition. So you'll just have to pay attention to the picture on our website. So that's a great change. And then they're making small boxes that we're going to carry. So we're going to have these in stock. Just wanted to show you. So we ordered the same colors: pink, navy, aqua, red, and green. There is a plan to do something with Lori's stitch cards, and it is very, very, very detailed and thought out. And there's going to be 7 stitch alongs by the end of it. It's going to go over 2 years, and we're going to start talking about it in 2026. I can tell you the first set's going to be seasonal. Count Your Stitches is Katie Nolan, and she takes Sherry and Chelsea designs and puts them into cross stitch. And so I'm going to show you the patterns. They're available as paper and PDF, and then I'm going to show you the actual stitched models. So this is Wreath and Pine, Whimsy Star, Lovely. This one reminds me of Sunbonnet Sue a little bit. And then Posies and Pears. Okay. So this one right here, she does not give information on exactly how she finished it, but this is a green frame. Oh, it looks like, okay, it looks like she got a wooden frame, just a very basic wooden frame, and painted it. So that's this one. Look how cute. So this one, this is Sherry and Chelsea Moda fabric, and then this is a lace that she sewed in. I would be scared to try that. And then this is the pear, and then this is, I'm not sure if it's Lori's vintage trim or just Rick Rack, and then this is Sherry and Chelsea fabric. And then this one, I believe, is the Modern Hoopla. And we sell some of their stuff, but if you want a big assortment, Modern Hoopla online, they have a great assortment. Basically, you can put hoops in. Okay. So thank you to Katie for letting us borrow these. I think they're all stitched in DMC. Okay, I'm going to answer questions. Oh, okay, so they want to know about Cheryl says about variegation. You know what? We're gonna set that up for next time because I think we need time. We need time to like get a fabric and all that. So basically, maybe she can do a sample where like she, has some stuff pre-stitched. When will the Stitch Quarterly be shipped?
End of the week.
End of the week. I am a quilter and Kimberly convinced me to try my hand at cross stitch. Shout out to Veronica who helped me determine the correct size of Ada for the Christmas Market Club. Wish me luck. Good luck, Christy. We definitely need project bag tutorials. Okay, so I'm not sure if we can do them because over here, I like to buy them. But I don't know. None of us in here we could maybe pay someone to come in and do it.
Unless you want a wavy, binding, I can do it. But until I perfect that binding, we'll see.
What was the name of the turkey pattern book?
Hello, Autumn.
The book?
Yes, your book.
Hello, Autumn.
Hello Autumn by Teresa Kogut. When is the Jolly Tree Mystery Stitch Along starting? It's in like April or May, right? Or June.
July.
Oh,
is
July.
actually Stitch Along.
July 2026, but it's real cute because I've seen it because Cheryl stitched it. Who has worked on Linda cloth? What is it like? I heard it's similar to Monaco, but I have not stitched on it. Have anybody in here?
I've stitched on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like it is thicker.
It's like stiff.
I think it's not quite as stiff as Monaco.
No, it is
Okay.
not as stiff as Monaco, but it is stiffer than like a
Stiffer than-
traditional like
Like a Lugano.
like a Lugana. Yeah.
Could you get several of the grids and interchange them into one box? If you did the series, you wouldn't end up with a zillion boxes. So on those boxes, can we ask her if we can just buy like the lids?
Yeah.
We'll ask her and see. What 14 or 16 count Ada is closest to light taupe? I would say, what's that word? It's the one that I always have the hard time remembering the name.
Wool.
Lamb's wool, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Shout out to my crew for all of their hard work. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be here, is it next week?
Next week.
Next week, and we're going to be talking about, is it going to be plans for 2026?
No,
No.
your recap of 2025.
Oh, okay. So next week is going to be recap of 2025, and then in January we're going to have a 2026 what I'm sewing, but then we're also going to have a spot for everyone in here and what they're going to be sewing for 2026. So that one will probably be a couple of hours. I'll have to talk fast, but thank you so much for watching, for supporting Fat Quarter Shop. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next week.